Have you ever wondered why a seemingly minor issue can sometimes feel like a mountain of stress? Today, we're taking a deep dive into the world of stress and how it's often linked to inaction. Stress. It's a word we're all too familiar with. It's that nagging feeling that keeps us up at night, the knot in our stomach when we're faced with a decision, the racing of our heart when we're under pressure. But what exactly is stress? At its core, stress is a physiological response. It's our body's way of reacting to a challenge or a threat. But here's an interesting twist. Stress isn't always about what's happening around us. It's not just about deadlines, traffic jams, or arguments. More often than not, stress is about what's not happening. It's about inaction. When we don't take action on something we have control over, it can lead to a buildup of stress. Think of it like a pressure cooker. The more we avoid dealing with a situation, the more pressure builds up, until eventually, it feels like we're about to explode. That's stress in a nutshell. So what have we learned today? Firstly, stress is a normal physiological response to challenging or threatening situations. It's not always a bad thing. In fact, it can sometimes be a useful tool to help us focus and perform under pressure. Secondly, stress is often linked to inaction. When we avoid dealing with issues we have some control over, it can lead to a buildup of stress. This is why it's so important to face our problems head-on, rather than avoiding them. Lastly, we've learned that we have more control over our stress than we might think. By taking action, we can reduce the pressure and manage our stress effectively. In conclusion, while stress is an inevitable part of life, it doesn't have to control us. By understanding the link between stress and inaction, we can take steps to manage our stress and live a healthier, happier life. So the next time you're feeling stressed, ask yourself, what action can I take to reduce this stress? You might be surprised at how much control you actually have. Remember, stress is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're human. And like all humans, you have the power to change, to adapt, and to overcome. So don't let inaction rule you. Take control, take action, and watch as your stress begins to melt away.